Woo! Oh, hell yeah. Today we're going to check out 3 awesome knives from Rike Knife and Ketuo. I am super pumped about this. Now, I don't generally do an unboxing video, and I generally don't do a combination video where I'm not focusing on just one knife. That's why I'm uploading it to this channel, the Quick Cuts channel, because we're going to be in and out. We're just going to take a quick look at these. And then when you want to see the individual reviews for these knives, you'll go over to my main channel, and each knife will get a fully detailed, in-depth review with all of my thoughts and all of the views. All right, let's go ahead and get into this. Let's move the 2 Rikes off to the side. Start with the Ketuo. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not starting with this one because I know what this is, and I feel that one's really, really, really special. So we'll start with this. We'll take a look at the Rike Knife Predator. Your Rike Knife sticker, microfiber cleaning cloth, and inside is a titanium integral beauty. Not had my hands on these knives yet, as you can see. New knife day is always more exciting when it's multiple knives. So as you can see, this is a true titanium integral. Let me get a cloth here real fast to wipe down the oils that are all over the frame of the knife. That means there's probably a good amount of lubricating oil on the pivot that I'm going to have to blow out of there and dry out. I don't like having any lube in my bearings because there's no need for it. And then on the opposite side of that, all it does is attract pocket lint, dust, dirt, everything. Attracts it into your opening mechanism, and that causes you to have to do more work more often. And I don't want to have to do more maintenance than I need to. Oh, that feels really, really, really good. Now, out of the box, you have a super snappy detent, very, very fast action, and lots of oil. And it's very, very smooth. Now, either the pivot is a little touch tight or the lock bar tension is a little touch tight, because as smooth as this is, it's not completely dropping closed on its own. Actually, it's already breaking in. So give this a day of play in my hands, and it will be doing that controlled, slow hydraulic drop that I love the feeling of so much. Look how wild this thing is. There, it's laser engraved with the model name Predator. Look at that crazy huge pivot. They've gotten into this big pivot design lately that's so wild and so artistic. And there we see it is a true integral. It is one piece of titanium. Very interesting choice here on the back end. It's actually got a glass breaker. And it's a glass breaker that's very similar to Microtech. Very, very, very similar. I dig that. It's pretty cool. It's pretty wild. It's like a stinger on the end of the knife. You see, this one was designed by Richard Wu himself. Richard Wu is the owner of the brand. He is also the master machinist that has created so many incredible designs. He designs the majority of the knives made by Rike, but they do often work with other designers as well. Oh, I like that a lot. Normally, You have a thumb ramp that goes up into the spine of the blade. Here, you're kind of just leaning back into the frame. I cannot honestly recall the last time I've seen that. This might be a first. I love the thumb disc on there. Looks really cool. That's another thing that Rike has been really spicing up over the past 3 or 4 years. Instead of just having humdrum, boring thumb studs or thumb discs, they do this really interesting, in many cases like this, one-piece thumb device that, again, is beautifully machined. Here they've highlighted it by doing it in a gold anodize, which I think up against the black is quite classy. Speaking of classy, wait till I open this. You're gonna freak. Okay, so that is knife number 1. That is the Rike Knife Predator. I'm gonna put that off to the side. Now we're gonna get into the Rike Knife 1902S. Now, if you're thinking, well, Jim, on your main channel, I see that you've already reviewed the Rike Knife 1902. I have. The S is the small version. And this is going to be something that I think probably came out of customer request, because the original 1902 was a pretty big knife. It was about 9 inches overall length, and it had just a tick under a 4-inch blade. That is not a tiny knife at all. And a lot of people can't carry off a knife that's that long. Same stuff again. Very nice of them. Oh, and there it is. Now, the reason why so many of us have liked the 1902 is because it combines elements of high-end luxury elegance into a tactical knife design. Look how absolutely beautiful this is. Flipper tab is nice and small, non-obtrusive. Can we flick it? Oh, absolutely. Oh, that feels really nice too. They did a great job finishing that carbon fiber. So what you've got is shred carbon fiber with red elements in the carbon. Your pivot is anodized light blue, pivot collar anodized gold, hardware anodized gold. Then you have the black ceramic ball, the Begg ball type pocket clip, developed by Todd Begg. That is just gorgeous. And what I can't wait to do is photograph this knife. So when you go to my main channel and check out the full review, you'll see the photography suite that I do on this. And you get an idea of why I enjoy the photography so much, because there's so much beauty in knives. You just have to look at them from the right angle, let the light catch them in just the right way. And this one's going to be super simple to capture because that whole knife is beautiful. Now we'll put that off to the side. And we're going to see what subtle beauty and subtle elegance is like compared to absolutely in your face, wild and crazy, over the top luxury. And that's what this Ketuo happy hour is. I am most excited about this just because of how much insanity is going on in one knife design. Now, I say that, but I don't want you to think that I mean that as an insult. I don't think that there's too much going on. I think that this will absolutely be an acquired taste. There will be those of us that know instantly that we love it. I already know that I do just from seeing the pictures online. That's why it's here in front of me. You know, I don't typically, I just order up stuff and go, I think it's kind of ugly. Let me get one of those. So there are those of us that are going to think this is gorgeous in a beautiful, crazy way. And there are some people that are going to look at it and scratch their head and go, why did they make the choices they made on this design? And I think it's kind of fun if you feel both. Microfiber cloth, stickers, your authenticity card, Are y'all ready for this? All right, I want you guys to mentally prepare yourselves for something crazy. Yep, I know where your eye is going first, and it's definitely going to be to that pivot. Before we get there, I want to see one thing. I'm not overly confident about this flipper tab. Oh, wait. Really? Get out of here. That actually works really, really well. Okay, now that the important part is covered, the mechanics, that it functions the way that I want it to. Now let's take a look at the beauty of it. Oh, man. It's hard to get it to focus and get the right amount of light on there, because you've got to realize we're dealing with Damascus steel and mokutai, which both have to be mirror polished in order to get the right look out of. So you have a titanium pivot, anodized blue, just like the anodized blue thumb studs. Then you have two pivot collars. One pivot collar is in Damascus steel, which that's crazy expensive. Stainless steel Damascus. And then you have an even larger pivot collar around that in mokutai, which is a titanium Damascus. Look at the lines of this knife. And here we have a mokutai pocket clip, just in case it wasn't flashy enough. Beautifully machined back spacer with a hidden lanyard post. There is that tiny little abbreviated flipper tab. Okay, now let's get a nice full look at it. It's a big knife too. That is not tiny. Here's where my eye goes, right here. Once you get past the craziness of that pivot, that is the most sweeping plunge I have ever seen. It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, I can tell right now that there will be people watching this video that pick a favorite out of these three immediately. And there are some people that look at that and go, oh God, no, no way in the world. This to me is much more like a piece of art. There are going to be those that appreciate the art and those that scratch their heads while they're looking at it going, I don't understand. What were they going for? There's too much character in it, perhaps. I like that. Sometimes I want over the top in my knives. Sometimes I want them to be a little bit understated. But I collect both because I definitely cycle through different moods. And here are three wildly different personalities. Here's something you can carry as an EDC. It's understated, but it's still 100% unique, from its unique flow and shape to the very futuristic design. The fact that it's an integral, so it's one piece of titanium. It's not a sandwich of materials being screwed together. There are no screws except for where this steel lock interface is bolted in and where the thumb disc is bolted onto the blade. No other external hardware. Well, of course, your pivot. My apologies. And that's it. So that's something that's futuristic, very sci-fi looking, but you could definitely get away with carrying it every single day. Here's another one that I think you could realistically carry as an EDC. It's small, it's compact, it's easy to carry. It's got a wonderful action, but it's a little dressed up. It's a little fancier. Maybe this is your church knife. Maybe this is your office carry. For the days where you're not carrying a very tactical looking knife, this still has the features of a tactical knife that you're going to want. It's going to have that flipper tab, so you've got that killer action. It's a titanium frame lock. It's very standard in some ways. And then you have, again, the elegance of the overall design. And of course, those inlays giving you something that's completely wild, completely different. And then you have the happy hour. This one damn near sends shivers down my spine. I've just never seen anything like it. So here they all are in their glory. Which one is your favorite? And which one do you want to see the in-depth review on first? The Predator, the 1902S, or the Happy Hour? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know which one I'm going to film first. But go into the description of this video if you're unaware of my main channel, which is my big channel. Then go into the description down below. You will see links to all 5 of my YouTube channels. My main channel, which is Jim Skelton Knives, is where I do the in-depth full reviews. I've spent already way more time than I typically spend on the Quick Cuts channel videos. These are usually around 5 to 7 minutes. But hey, there's 3 knives, so I can get away with that, right? You'll forgive me? All right. Anyway, I'll see you guys on the other channel, and we'll take a look at these and see what makes each of them individually so special, what their specs are, what the exact materials are they're being made of, and why you either want to have this in your collection or you want to avoid them. We'll find out.